I think this is gonna have to do. This angle lighting, it's quite dull outside today, and I thought that artificial lighting didn't look great. So, as you can tell guys, I'm loving chokes at the moment. Just a bit obsessed right now. Let's begin, shall we? Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be a revision tips slash how I revised for A-Levels and GCSEs. I thought it would be a useful video for those of you out there who are studying for your GCSEs or A-Levels at the moment, or just generally studying for any exams. On the onset of thinking about revision, it can be quite daunting. It's quite difficult, like I'm not gonna lie, it is tough revision, and the fact that you have to like keep at it, it's quite a challenge. So I hope you enjoy this video. I hope it is useful to you and you get something out of it, because on my channel I do want to put out there educational videos, not just to do with school or like education in that sense, but I want to make videos for you guys for you to learn something. Often at school we don't get taught about the ways in which the world works. There are a lot of closed doors, and I just want to kind of open your eyes a bit more. I'm opening my eyes to the world and learning so much more every day, and I just want to share that with you and ensure that we're always, like, no matter if we're at school, we're not at school, we're always learning new information. We always have new information fed to us. Yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. I hope that sounds good. I hope you like that sort of my aim and goal with this channel. But anyway, back to today's video. This is my way of revising. It's how I went about it. Not everyone is going to revise in the same way as me. I hope that you do, yes, get some tips, get some advice, but do you have to do everything I did? No, I'm just hope to share new information with you, as I've just been saying. Revision in itself is a learning process from, say, GCSEs through A-Levels through university. You have to modify the way in which you revise. You have to make it, you have to tweak it and make it more efficient so that your revision is you revise in the best way possible for yourself. And without further ado, let's just get straight into this video, because I'm sure you are all very excited to learn about revision. I'm going to talk about reviewing your work first of all, because I think it is an important part within like the whole revision process. I was told this by one of my teachers in year 10 or something, and at first I didn't really think much of it, but the more I do it, the more I understand that it's a very good practice and habit to get into. Reviewing your work is basically what it says. It's just looking over what you've done in class, but the main point of this is that you do it quite regularly. When you have a spare moment, it is good to look over your work, look back at what you've done, and by doing that you can check to make sure that you understand everything, because when it comes to revision you don't really want to be trying to learn something, trying to learn the concept and learn it for your memory. But yeah, so it is useful to look over what you've done and make sure you stay on top of it, because when you come to them revising, it will be fresher in your mind and you'll be able to recall it better. If you haven't looked at something for like almost a year and you're doing an exam on it, it's going to be much harder to actually get it in your brain and learn it. I'm not saying you have to do this every day of the week, definitely not, but sometimes if you're eating your breakfast and it's quite quiet, you might just have your notes next to you, you might just scan over them sometimes. It's just do what you can, don't go too obsessive about it, because nobody has the time to review every single bit of work that they've done. Leading on from that, I made sure that I made like revision notes or my own notes as I went through the course. I am a kinesthetic learner, so I learn through doing things, and I learn best through writing it down. I can't just read something and remember it. That just doesn't work for me. I can't learn something if someone just tells me it. Like, I'm not an audio learner at all. I'm not really a visual learner. I am very much a kinesthetic learner. Those three types of learning sort of styles, as it were, we were like told and we were taught about in year 7, and at the time we were all thought like, this is so stupid, like we're learning ways in which we learn. But as a university student now, it is quite important that you understand the way in which you're going to learn information best. By making my own notes, I was A, reviewing my work, as I just said. I was B, almost trying to making sure I understood it. And thirdly, I was almost learning some of it as I went along. Even though I wasn't sitting there and like, I need to learn this off by heart now, it meant that it wasn't all new to me when it came to the exam sort of period. But as I say, if you're a visual learner or an audio learner and you just learn something by reading it or listening to it, then that's great. I don't. I did that throughout the year and as I was going along, and then closer to the exam period I would then condense those notes, because often the first notes that you make on a topic are extremely extensive. Well, for me anyway, I thought that, because I would literally write down everything that we'd been taught sort of thing, try and make sure I had all information from my classwork transferred onto my notes. So they were in some cases so long, and that is not going to be an effective way for you to quickly cram, as it were, or learn something before an exam. And that is where flashcards come in useful, and those smaller sort of revision cards that a lot of people use. So you can buy these or you can make your own. I did a combination of both. These are quite small ones, and they've just got lined paper on them. You've got some more fancy ones. These are from WH Smith's. You've got these in nice bright colours to make revision very fun, and they have like almost dividers in them. So those are just blank ones. I also have these ones, a spotty, and they have different cards in them, so I've written all over these. Some of the pages look like this, purple, and some of them have this on them, stuff to remember. Or you can make your own. I'm going to show you now. You just get any card you want. I often used brightly coloured card. Oh my gosh, there's so many, I didn't realise how many I made. So I would just cut up small bits of coloured paper and write on them, sort of thing. Often with flashcards, it's just about, say, keywords or writing a question on one side, on the other side you have the answer. It's useful for like cramming if you are doing last minute revision, and everyone ends up in that situation at some point, so they are the best, I think they are quite an effective way to revise. I would take them with me when I'd go to places because they're only small. You can carry them in your bag, and when it is close to exams, it is a good idea to start to use the time that you have really wisely and just learn bits as you go along. I also did blue tack them up on my wall sometimes. Yes, it sounds like I am a work freak, obsessive, weird person, I know, but at the end of the day, I wanted to do well on my exams, and if that was a good strategy for me, and it turned out it was a very good strategy for me, then I would do it. This is another good tip that I felt that really helped. I often would look at something or read something, so read my flashcards before I went to bed. It definitely does work. Like, you wake up the next morning and I sort of like, the cards are on the floor next to me because I just chucked them on the floor, and I look at the question or something on the flashcard and I'll like know the information. And the first time I did that, I was like, wow. So I did add that to my kind of revision routine or whatever. I didn't do it every night, but sometimes it's a good idea to do that, especially if it's like a difficult topic and you're not learning it well in any other way. Maybe try sleeping on it. Oh, sorry, I had to change from crossed legs to legs out because we had dance class yesterday and my glutes are really sore. At GCSE and A-level, you will have specifications, and those specifications will have everything written down that you need to learn for your course. At first, I didn't use these because I didn't really know they existed, and I didn't know how to use them in a good way. But I am telling you now, specifications are amazing. I don't have them at university, and like, that is what makes it so hard, because there is so much information that you could learn. You can find them for your course, you can find them for any exam that you're taking. You just type in the exam board, they might have a code. Oh my gosh, can you see my t-shirt underneath? Sorry guys, I'm cold. Okay, Mum?
Oh, sorry, tell me.
Yeah. Yes, so you find your specification, print off your specification if you want to. So I advise going through the specification, maybe having your notes or your classwork notes alongside, and just making sure that whatever is in the specification you have notes on, so that you have a comprehensive set of notes that you can learn from. Oh, this is really annoying me now. Right. what I did at A-level especially, I would make notes on the specification itself, annotate them, because I thought that was a really good way of making like condensed notes. I'm trying to find some that I made. It's not extensively annotated. Most of them are more annotated, like not extensively annotated. Anyway, often we'll reduce the size a bit. This is just one example sort of page. You get the idea of what I'm trying to say here. So that when you go into that exam, you are confident that you know or have covered all the material that you need to know for that exam. Past paper questions and mark schemes. Be very lucky that you have mark schemes, because at Cambridge there aren't any mark schemes. Often there is an exam sort of technique that you should get familiar with. Questions are written in similar ways. They have command words at the start of them. So I suggest getting familiar with past papers and mark schemes from the start, like as soon as possible. Don't wait. Milk is trying to get in. Don't wait until like a week before exam to start looking at past papers. What are the recurring themes? What comes up quite a lot? Because then when you're learning stuff in class, like your mind and brain will automatically be drawn to the stuff that you've seen in a past paper and then when you actually start putting your revision, what you've learned, into practice, at first maybe do past paper questions with your notes, and then close to the exam do it without your notes, and then maybe do it under time conditions as well. If you get used to that sort of like time pressure thing, then in an exam it won't feel as bad. Also, a good thing to do, if you stumble across a past paper question that you are really struggling with, go to the mark scheme first. If that doesn't help you, go and ask your teacher, ask your friends to help you. It's a good thing to maybe print that one out or save that question, because close to the exam you can maybe have a set of past paper questions that you found the hardest. You can go through those as a main priority. That is a good way to make sure that you learn the things that you find hardest. So a revision timetable is very useful. I found that if you have targets and goals and you plan it out, then you'll revise most effectively again. Make a timetable on Microsoft Word. Just create a table. Just create like Monday to Friday and then like the dates of the week sort of thing in the column. Then write down the revision that you want to do on each day. For A-level I do like I kind of want to focus on a subject each sort of day. But if you don't want to do just one subject, you can do like say maths in the morning, maybe some like geography a bit later, whatever. Try and stick to it as much as possible. There are really good ways of revising and getting into a good revision routine. Okay, and then some final things that I wanted to talk about. Firstly, setting targets with your revision is always good, because if there's no end to your revision, you're just going to get really bored and you're not going to be motivated. So setting targets, setting goals is a good thing to do, like on all time scales as well. Use your friends and your teachers to help you. Your teachers will be providing you with resources to use, so try and make the most of what they're giving you, and ask them maybe sometimes if there's other stuff you can use or other practice questions that they can give you. Also, going back to past paper questions, especially for A-level, I didn't just do the exam questions for my exam board. I would also look at maybe some other specification material, other past papers closer to the exam, especially because it just provided me with a broader range of questions that I could try. Obviously only do the stuff that's in your specification, and also use your friends to help. Like if you work best in a group, then test each other, help someone if they don't understand it, because often when you like teach something to someone, it means that you can confirm your understanding and it also helps you learn it. So that's a good way of interacting with others and learning at the same time. On the other hand, don't compare yourself to others when you're revising. Everyone will be at different stages within their revision, especially in the exam period. So don't get stressed about what other people are doing. So don't think that, oh, because someone's revising this topic, you have to revise that topic too. You might have done that already. You just need to focus on yourself and focus on what you're doing, and you'll be fine. And often I found that just for an exam, I couldn't talk about things that I'd learned. Like it was just stuck in my mind and I wasn't ready to unlock it yet and like let it flood onto the paper. I just had to have it stored there. I couldn't really talk to anyone before an exam. All I needed to do was go to the toilet. If you want to talk to people, that's fine, but I just couldn't. Finally, yes, take breaks with revision. Don't revise solidly and so excessively that you get bored, you get unmotivated, and it just becomes so incredibly tedious. If you work best in short bursts, say work for like 45 minutes or something, take a little break. Work for another 45 minutes, take a break. Yeah, just use your time wisely, but don't work all the time and don't work yourself into the ground too hard. I need to take on my own advice. I hope this video has been very useful and you've learned something from it. Like I said at the beginning, I want you to go away from one of my videos and feel like you've learned something new, you've gained some new information. So if you have, great, like this video. Like, I know it's not exam period yet, but I know a lot of you might be revising for your GCSEs and A-Levels and any exams that you have, so I hope this has been very useful. Often, like, good grades and good results come from working really hard. If you've put a lot of effort into your revision and you've worked hard, you should see that in the results that you get. Yeah, revision isn't always the most exciting thing, but I just wanted to help you guys a bit with how I went about doing it and try and make it not so dull. Yeah, like, make it brightly coloured. That's often what people enjoy. Like, use coloured pens and coloured card and coloured revision things. Make it as fun and happy as possible and should go kind of smoothly. I wish you good luck with your revision and your exams and etc, etc. Oh yes, I hit, like, thank you for 15k. Like, wow, I can't believe I'm sitting here and saying this. It's insane. Thank you so much. If you're new, it'll be great, like I said, to subscribe, and I will speak to you guys in my next video. I'll see you very soon. They were so incredibly happy and positive, and they definitely kept my spirits up and made sure that I wasn't missing home too much. They were just like, just reassuring you that everyone will settle in and find their feet at some point. Like, it will take quite a long time in some cases, but you will eventually settle in.